in terms of power. So just as there's the physical energy of the universe, the wind, the rain, the earth, everything happens according to their own seasons in their own way at the right time. In the same way, human energy, there's birth, there's life, there's death, and so on. All of that continues in terms of human energy. God doesn't need to intervene in that. And so God doesn't say, now I'm going to give somebody birth. Or God doesn't say, now this person should die, or this person shouldn't die. All of that will happen according to the lifespan and the activity of the human individual. But God's power is to be able to give me strength to be able to continue to do that which is right now. God's power is the power of purification, so that the negativity that I've been through can be released and I can become pure and positive again. So our understanding of God's power hasn't been a very clear one. And so it's meant that so often when things have happened in our life,
which goes wrong, we says if he has the power, why doesn't he correct it? And if he is so powerful, why can he not help to make this right?
That's right. Or even say, it happens in personal life. My son died. Why did God allow that to happen? It shouldn't have happened. Or in terms of the state of the world, where I say, but things are so bad. Why isn't God doing something about it? Why is there still war going on?
Because he is alive. He knows there are all these famine and earthquakes all around, cries of help, pain and the increase. What does he do?
This is where I have to understand that human actions have created the situation of today's world. Birth and death are according to my own line of destiny and my own actions. God doesn't have to intervene in that, nor is it that God's going to suddenly stop a famine. And the situation of human beings is that through our greed, our attachments, our desires, our ego, our anger, we have created these problems in the world around us, and God's role is to change our hearts. God's role is to change our minds, our conscience, so that we again take responsibility for the things that are going on and we start sorting them out and putting it right.
So if we've put God in a clear context now, that really to a certain extent things that happen to me, things that happen to the world is more or less brought about by their own changes. God has nothing to do with the event or the turn of events that take place that are somehow predestined. What important role will God play in my life if I meditate on him?
I'm not sure that I would even agree with the word predestined, in the sense that my destiny is in my own hands, and if I eat the wrong food, I might get sick. So it wasn't destined that I would get sick, but I know what I should eat and what I shouldn't eat, and yet still I eat the wrong things and I make myself sick. Or I know that I need to wear warm clothes, and because of fashion I don't wear warm clothes, and then I catch a chill. So even this aspect of predestined is something that we have to think about. More it's that human actions create our own future and our own destiny in that way. But yes, the role that God has to play is a very important one. The first step is for God to touch my awareness and wake me up, in the sense that I've been asleep. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who God is. And God's love is such that God touches my awareness, awakens me, and through that I'm able to see myself, I'm able to recognize my beloved mother and father, and I can start living life as I should. Because today, human life isn't even human anymore. It's become inhumane, and that's because we've been asleep.
I understand God exists. God will play an important role. He is the higher source that I've been looking for. I found Him. I understood Him. How do I know He's heard me?
The fact that I didn't actually find Him, I would say He found me, in the sense that I was looking here and there and everywhere, and I didn't understand what more to do. And then it was destiny. It was very beautiful that God was able to touch me, and I was able to awaken and find Him. He found me, and then I recognized Him, and I say, I found Him. But we found each other. And so I think that that's been something very powerful and beautiful that tells me that God knew I was in distress. And in a way, when I was 19, I didn't know I was in distress. But yet, the inner being was searching. And so it was in a state of stress and distress. I didn't know myself. And so I know for sure that God hears me. God knows me personally as an individual. And God is caring for me and looking after me. I think if we look back over our experiences, there'll be many situations and many times when we will say, I couldn't have done this on my own.
Absolutely.
I know that it must have been God who helped me. Or I think about situations which were very challenging, and yet I was protected. Who protected me? How was I protected? It wasn't a human being, but somehow the right thing turned around and things happened in a way that was magical. And so it wasn't a human hand, it was the unseen hand of God that was able to move things around to protect me. So God is watching over me, God is watching me, and God cares for me and is looking after me. That is a reality of my experience and the experience of multi-thousands of others, I'm sure.
Because yes, at some point we know there couldn't have been anyone else that could have done this or know the secrets of my heart to make things possible. Sister Jayanti, take us to this experience of conversation with God and take us to this journey of what is it that we can feel from Him.
In the awareness of the soul, detached from the awareness of my physical surroundings and even the awareness of the body, I, the soul, the being of light, find myself in the presence of the divine, the supreme, the source of light, of love, of truth. God's light surrounds me, and as I bathe in this light, I am cleansed, and I have a glimpse of my own original, pure state of being, unblemished, whole, no wounds, no scars. Clean and pure. The Supreme Father gives me His inheritance, the property of happiness. happiness which is constant, happiness which is eternal. Happiness which will stay with me forever. My Supreme Mother and Father, through their love and strength, fill me with all that I need. And God's light radiates not only to me, but out into the whole world. And God's light is the light of love, the light of truth. I hold this connection with the divine, and I come back, but now keeping in my heart this eternal awareness. Om Shanti.
That was a very beautiful experience. A simplified version of the Father of all souls, just one Supreme Soul. It was really beautiful. So is God a myth, an illusion, or a reality? In the beginning of our journey of meditation, or before we learned to meditate, we lost awareness of who I am. The moment we realize and recognize that I am a soul, I began to get an understanding and become to get an awareness that God too is a soul. But like me, although He is a soul, He is supreme. He's not superior, He's not super, just supreme, only one like Him, whose love, power, forgiveness is totally unconditional. A source that I can always depend on to receive more strength and realization on this path of self-realization. Once again, for more of your questions, your opinions, and your ideas on this path of Raj Yoga meditation, do not hesitate to email or call us at.
If you wish to discuss your problem or have a question to ask or want to know your nearest Raj Yoga Meditation Center, call us on 09999744555.
Thank you for joining us.
Om Shanti Om.